Now let's talk about paths. Sometimes you want to go down the right path, right? You want to zap to go down the right path and not make a mistake or not, stray away from the path that's supposed to go. So we use what's called paths, right? So with paths, they have to be at the end of a zap, right? So what this means is if we're building out this zap here, we can only throw a zap or a path up here once we hit this action. Let's hit plus paths, path group only available on last step of a zap path. What this means is I can't just go throw a path in here now. If I would have wanted to use a path, I would have had to use it up here after the trigger. So because we're past that point, we already built this out. Now we can use a path down here. What this means now with this path is it's going to conditionally run based on path A or path B. Path A, we can do, let's say, let's just leave it at path A. We're already so far down, I don't really know what path, what to do here. So what do I want to do? What do I want to do? If it does all that, okay, you know what? Let's do this. Let's see what we got here. So the path we want to do is if this was a message contained successfully, then let's continue and this path would have continued. Okay, so because this message here has the word successfully, this would have continued. And then I can, let's go back to Google Sheets and let's, I don't know, create another spreadsheet row. You can choose this again. Where we at? Bam. Let's save and continue. Let's choose this spreadsheet here that we've been working with, Zapier training worksheet. You know what? Let's make another worksheet, guys. Let's do path Zapier training. Now let's do name, email, past. Okay, let's do that, right? So worksheet, let's load more. Let's pass Zapier training. Let's grab the name, Tristan, email. Let's grab this email right here. Let's pass. Let's do week. So something I never mentioned before is you can either choose a variable based on a previous step, or you can type something in. So yes, this successfully passed. So I can type something in. So that means that is going to be going there. Let's go back here. Let's save and continue. Let's test this out. Let's send a test. And we're going to see, yes, this successfully passed here, right? So because that passed, then you can write that information to a spreadsheet. Now, what if it doesn't pass, right? Path B, save and continue. The parameters are going to be this here, successfully message. Let's do contains failed. That means this is not going to continue. Your path would not have continued because this message here, this variable message here has the words SMS has been sent successfully. My stipulations were only continue if this message contains the word failed. It doesn't contain the word failed right here. So this would not have continued, right? That's how paths work. Pretty simple. But remember, your path has to be used at the last step of your zap, which means that you can't now insert a path over here. It's not gonna, it doesn't work like that. It has to be the very last step because let's say you're building up this app and your last step technically would be your second step, right? It'll be your second step, and it conditionally runs based on your stipulations on your last step, and it continues and filters out the rest of the zaps. That is how paths work. So I hope you have a little bit more understanding of why it's important to use filters, formatters, and paths because it can really make your job a lot easier. Um, and you're able to build more complex zaps based on different filters, formats, paths, and things like that.